All right, cool. We'll actually move on from that point. All right. So quickly, and by the way, Ray Downs, I got your number. I'm gonna send you a text actually. I'll do it while this is happening. Okay, so we get an update on Kanye with this nitrous thing. Right? We get an update with it. Yo, the funny thing is, I'll give you a little short story. So when I go to meet Party back door, Party got these two things in his nose and it goes around. I'm like, what the fuck? It looked like what you would see with impatience with, you know what I mean? And I think he noticed. He probably knows my demeanor by now, and he says to me, he just addressed the elephant in the room. So I looked at my pointer. I said, "That's that Kanye shit. That's a nitrous." And I think what he said was, he said, "No, it's like pure oxygen." Which I'm like, nigga, I think I took a deep breath and I'm like, nigga, there's a lot of oxygen in the room. Like, what do you mean? But and I don't know if this is a thing or maybe he was capping to me. But he had this thing that was, he just got off stage, right? I guess it gives oxygen. Like it gives a higher percentage of oxygen to him that either allows him to, recover quicker, or I don't know what it fucking does, bro. Like, nigga, I'm a regular human being, bro. I don't know what's going on. But I saw that and I was like, yo, don't tell me you on that Kanye. Don't tell me that, brother. But he said, nah, it was just oxygen. Okay? Oh, I said it was oxygen. That was oxygen, nigga. The fuck? Anyway, now everybody isn't like, and I do know some people who they do it for like oxygen purposes. Now there wasn't no big ass tanks, my nigga. It was just like, whatever. I don't know, bro. Whatever. Somebody says I'm snitching. Bro, I'm not snitching, bro. It was oxygen, like literally. Like, nigga, I'm telling you exactly what he told me. No, somebody says whippets. Nah, it wasn't whippets. It wasn't whippets. It wasn't whippets. Okay, anyway. What happened is that, remember Milo pretty much is calling out his dentist. So his dentist, doctor, do we call dentists doctors? Dr. Thomas Connolly, right? So that's the celebrity guy he's the one putting diamonds in people's teeth, right? Big buff guy. He's also a workout expert. He was a former bodybuilder, to be honest. And he has a bunch of tattoos and shit. Anyway, worked with a lot of people, Yachty, this and third. He gave them all their teeth, right? Apparently, Milo, he quits not only because Yeezy, the brand, is about to get into porn, as Kanye West said, but he also is blaming that some of the deterioration, not only in the music, but in some of the work ethic, some of the great things that Kanye would be used to or known for, is because that he is hooked off what's called nitrous oxide, right? And apparently, this doctor, it's laughing gas. Right? So this is supposedly just it's plain laughing gas. And if you see this laughing gas, dentists use it to let me just Google what this shit does. Let's take a crash course on it. You know our favorite educational book, right? Nitrous oxide benefits. Is it this? N2O2? Is it N2O2? Let's see. Okay, here we go. I ain't gonna lie. You see, I'm either pussy or as soon as I see a video like this where you can see the heart beating, nigga, I wouldn't even take that shit, nigga. What the fuck? Nigga, if I can see the exoskeleton system, nigga, I'm good. In the heart, hell no.
Nitric oxide is naturally made in our bodies. A Nobel Prize was...
Wait, it's nitrous, though. I thought it was nitrous. No, it's nitrous oxide. It's not... I spelled it wrong. Nitrous oxide. What the fuck? Oh, okay. Let's listen.
So now we're going to look at nitric oxide, and nitric oxide is a powerful gas within the human body. In 1992, for example, the journal Science, they said it was molecule of the year, that it was the one molecule in the human body which unites all the major disciplines of medicine. And it has, a tremendous effect, a positive effect in various systems and organs. And until the 1980s, nitric oxide was considered a toxic substance, which was responsible for causing pollution. When the first article appeared discussing the importance of nitric oxide, the scientific community found it difficult to conceive that a gas which was so toxic outside of the human body could actually play such an important role within it. And in 1992, nitric oxide, it was proclaimed Molecule of the Year by the journal Science, and was...
Alright, this is a little bit too boring. Let me go to another video.
So it turns out there is a gas produced in our noses that not only sterilises the air that we breathe, it also helps absorb more oxygen into our lungs by opening up the blood vessels. Now this gas is nasal nitric oxide, and it was the 1992 Molecule of the Year. There you go, there's a little pub quiz fact for you. Now I wanted to know more about this miracle gas that we somehow are producing in our nose. So I got Dr. Stephen Park on the Breathcast, and he got to speak to me about all the benefits and how it works. Have a listen.
So the person that discovered this won the Nobel Prize, I think in the 80s and 90s. It's a signaling molecule that relaxes blood vessels all throughout your body. And in some cases, if you have too much of it, it's toxic. Right. So just like everything else in the body, you have to have just the right amount in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
But when you mess with that physiology, then your body doesn't do too well. Mm-hmm. So this gas, they actually, in certain medical centers for the coronavirus, they're actually putting in artificial nitric oxide into the lungs through the endotracheal tube to dilate blood vessels.
Wow.
So it's a very common thing that we've known about for decades, but people don't take advantage of it because most people tend to breathe more through the mouth these days for various reasons that we're going to talk about.
No, I'm looking forward to getting into that piece.
And also, one more thing is that there are studies showing that if you hum, you increase nitric oxide.
Am I playing the wrong video again? Okay, what do I type in? Because it feels like nitric oxide is this nitrous oxide thing. Nitric oxide versus nitric oxide, NO, and nitrous oxide are both nitrogen oxide gases. Yo, chat. Why even go to school? Just Google. What's the name of the video? Chat, we have to learn some shit to understand what the fuck is going on. Like, if you hear that a nigga is taking it, a doctor is saying it's good, don't you want to know what the fuck it is? All right. Let me look. N2O. Is it this? Wait, I'm looking for the video.
A teenager inhaled laughing. Hemoglobin was low.
Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. We'll start with this.
He had pain in his lower legs that had progressed over the past month. Then he started to experience numbness in his toes. He was now in so much pain that he could hardly walk. He didn't have any major medical conditions. He didn't take any medications, no allergies, didn't smoke cigarettes or drink alcohol. So what on earth was going on? Upon examination of his neurological system, the strength and sensation in his upper limbs were intact, but the lower limbs were a different story. Both of his calves were tender when pressed. He seemed to have reduced sensation in his toes on both sides. He seemed to have a reduced reaction to pain. His proprioception was reduced. In other words, the ability to know where your joints are positioned in space. His reflexes were weak and his walking unsteady. Clearly, something had gone wrong with his nervous system, and given the pattern of findings, it's likely something had happened to his spinal cord. So, a set of blood tests were taken. They showed that his hemoglobin was low, the iron-rich substance in red blood cells that carries oxygen. He had anemia, an meaning lack of, emia meaning presence in blood. They also showed that his red blood cells were bigger than normal, or macrocytic. Macro meaning big, Cytic referring to a cell. He had a macrocytic anemia. Now we know two main causes of macrocytic anemia, both relating to vitamins, either a lack of folic acid or a lack of vitamin B12. There are some people who have medical conditions that prevent their bodies from absorbing these nutrients.
All right, enough of the mystery. Let's get to this shit, my boy.
Matter, with devastating consequences such as nerve damage, popular party drug in the UK, aerosol propellant, and anesthetic. It has the chemical formula oxide or laughing gas for a year or so. Moving on. Well, it turns out there's another cause of vitamin B12 deficiency, and that, dear viewer, is nitrous oxide. You see, this chap had been inhaling nitrous oxide or laughing gas for a year or so, and unbeknownst to him, it has some pretty disastrous consequences. So what is nitrous oxide? Nitrous oxide is a gas that's widely used in the medical field as a sedative and anesthetic. It has the chemical formula N2O. You'll see it used in ambulances, during operations and dental procedures. It helps patients relax and reduce their pain levels. Outside of medicine, it's used as an aerosol propellant in rocket motors and in racing vehicle engines. But when it's misused, it can have dangerous effects on the human body. So what happens with nitrous oxide misuse? Nitrous oxide is a popular party drug in the UK, often used in nightclubs and festivals. As a recreational drug, it's usually stored in small metal canisters and inhaled from balloons. It causes short-term effects like dizziness, lightheadedness, and euphoria. It makes people feel good. That's why it's called laughing gas. But the long-term effects are no laughing matter, with devastating consequences such as nerve damage, muscle damage, and even an increased risk of heart disease. You see, nitrous oxide affects the central nervous system because it interferes with the body's ability to absorb vitamin B12, and that is essential for the proper functioning of the brain and nervous system. Excessive use of nitrous oxide can lead to a vitamin B12 deficiency, leading to numbness and tingling in the limbs and potentially permanent nerve damage. This is a condition called subacute combined degeneration of the spinal cord. So why is the UK planning to ban possession of nitrous oxide? The government have unveiled these plans as part of a £160 million initiative to crack down on.
All right. So we get it. Apparently, it could affect your spinal cord. All right, cool. So it appears like the positives, the pros and cons. N2O pros v cons. The pros and cons of this thing. So it's essentially laughing gas, right? So I guess it increases relaxation. Oh, okay, here we go. Pros and cons. It's safe, efficient, increases relaxation, needle-free sedative, right? Okay, because this is supposedly, this is taken through a mask you place on the face. It wears off quickly, and the disadvantage is not suitable for everybody. It doesn't necessarily reduce pain. And obviously, extreme measures is like it could mess with your spinal cord. Okay, cool. So anyway, here's the thing. It looks like this Dr. Conley is talking to Kanye and I assume was Milo. And Milo is the chief of staff. Conley is a dentist. Yay's yay. And he says to Kanye, it stands about 10 inches. AI-generated handheld nitrous oxide personal use system. I loaded the AI with some real N2O2 images and it spit this out. So I guess they're saying this is a machine that Kanye would be buying. Now, apparently, you see Milo, who was talking about something before. He was talking about, I don't know what he was talking about. If you want Joe the Grocer's numbers to make sense, I need 8. Who's Joe the Grocer's? I don't know who that is. But anyway, I guess that's Milo. And then here's the doctor again. He says, hold on. I think this is a video. Okay, here we go. So the doctor says, this needs to be a long-term goal. Get recreational nitrous legalized. Meanwhile, we could master the delivery system with a 2-year head start. So this doctor is seemingly saying, hey, yeah, you have the platform to get this thing kind of legalized. We'll master how we kind of get it delivered, on a personal recreational level. And if we get a 2-year head start, this is good. Now, Milo is calling it out now. He says, surely you're joking. The prolonged misuse of nitrous causes birth defects, problems with B12. Your spinal cord disintegrates. Why would anyone want to introduce another drug to an already depressed, addicted, demoralized, and apathetic population of dopamine slaves? Ye just ignores all that shit. Ye says, can I have the nitrous today? Yo, Kanye is a nut. And he says, Tom, you says you can bring them by today. Checking in. And then he says, are you at Chateau? And he says, yes, I can bring them by today. Okay. What it appears is happening here is exactly what Milo has sued this doctor for. It appears that Kanye has this huge problem, or let me pause by saying problem. He has an addiction to this thing. If he's supposedly taken, I forgot what was the number, but how much Kanye nitrous, yeah. Apparently he was taking like a ridiculous amount. Oh, somebody on the Kanye Reddit says this. My own dentist take on the Kanye situation. Says some people have different info than me. Note, this is meant to be a comprehensive clarification. It's just my dentist take on the situation. Also, I asked him because he started talking about it himself. I didn't just go up and ask about it. He said, okay, so I guess this is what his dentist said. Is there any dentists in the chat, by the way? That'd be good. I understand this will, okay. He's a certified dentist in the state of Mississippi, which is I reside. According to him, getting addicted to nitrous is extremely rare. The only famous situation he knows is the founders of Zappos getting addicted and dying. But other than that, he has seen little cases of nitrous oxide addiction. The brain frying aspect depends on the quantity and the quality of the nitrous being used. He explained that since Kanye is getting his nitrous dentist grade from an actual dentist, it should contain some form of oxygen in the mixture, therefore killing off some of the side effects. I showed him the image of Kanye with the nitrous nose thing. I don't know what you call it. And he explained that if he has that on, then most likely it is dentist grade nitrous and has some form of oxygen in the mixture to prevent your brain cells from dying. He also said that if it was or is pure nitrous, then he would have probably been dead by now. And even if he wasn't dead, he'd be so impaired he'd basically be a vegetable. He said that if you're inhaling dentist grade nitrous through a tube, then it shouldn't be coming from whippets. Considering the fact that we have two photos of him taking nitrous, both coming from a tube and not through a whippet, most likely he's not using whippets. Finally, he said that he understands that there may be other recreational uses of nitrous other than getting high. Example he gave was sleep apnea, as nitrous can help with getting yourself back to sleep. However, that doesn't mean it can progress into an addiction. Steve-O was famously, what?
When all the crazy shit would go down, because I would be like awake on cocaine for 3 days and inhaling nothing but nitrous oxide. And at that point is when shit starts popping off, and people are walking around my apartment who are never physically there.
So you're just seeing a bunch of shit.
Oh, dude, like actual fucking people, man. I watched a dude walk through my apartment and fucking pick up my bong and take a hit and blow out smoke and fucking then like put it down, and just the dude walked through the wall. He was never fucking there. Ever.
Whoa.
But
he looked as real as I do, or Jamie does.
Yeah, dude. I had fucking like tactile hallucinations. I had fucking...
What in the fuck is this? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Whether it's this nitrous that's the cause, obviously we care about his health. We would never want anything to happen to... hold on. Let me add this also. I'm going to go over the Chinks murder suspect getting sentenced to 20-some years. Sentence. Okay, cool. Here we go. Apparently, nitrous ox. Steve-O was on Adam 22 talking about it. Okay, here we go. Oh, all right. So
did
basically,
you see the thing?
Nitrous. So nitrous is a gas that's in whippets. But Kanye is using a dental grade nitrous, which supposedly is becoming really popular in the industry. They're not like whippets is like the amateur broke version, but most people are using the dentist grade version. Now, again, I'm concerned about Kanye's.
So allegedly, Kanye West is a addict. You feel me? He cannot put the whippets down. He cannot put the nitrous oxide down. I ain't gonna lie, bro. The path Kanye is going down, even though he's super rich right now, and his baby mother is Kim Kardashian. So I feel like he'll always be straight for the rest of his life, just based off like his kids and stuff. Kanye is going down a path of self-destruction. Kanye should be a multi-billionaire right now, but the type of person that he is the only reason why he's gonna be brought down to lesser levels, bro. Like Kanye is like a nut job at this point. Like, it's so sad to say, bro. Like, he's like a literal nut now. And you feel me? His fans, he skewed his fans to the point they say, "Oh my gosh, he's so smart, so talented." Like, bro, he's might be all those stuff, but that man is mentally ill, bro. Like, he needs help, and no one's gonna help him because everyone just wants profit around him until it's too late. And then when it's too late, you feel me? Come on, bro. But I wish the best for Kanye. I'm not gonna knock a man when he's down. You feel me? Kanye is a GOAT, arguably the best artist, rap wise, overall, like creating music and stuff. Arguably the best of all time. So, hey man, love you, Kanye. Hope you get better. It's your boy Big X News, and I'm out.